Scarlett and I am owner of Scentz&Glam, and today the purpose of this video is I'm going to be making little candle favors for my baby shower so I can hand them out at my baby shower in a few months. So I just want to get started on that, and I would like you guys to, if you guys want to see the process of my little candle favors, you guys can continue watching this video. Alright, so these are my little vessels that I will be using. If I could focus on right there real well, that I'll be using for my baby shower favors. Aren't they cute? Let me see if it'll focus on there. Anyways, alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is get these labels off. And for those of you that want to know where I got these from, I got them from Amazon. It was a few bucks. It wasn't that expensive. It was 12 for a few bucks. I think it was like 12 for like 20-40 bucks. So that's not bad. So I got a few of them. I'm gonna have quite a few people, but this is for showing purposes, so I'll be showing you right now. Just I will be taking these labels off with this heat gun right here that I have, also from Amazon. It wasn't that expensive either, so you guys can grab that there. So I'll begin by just adding a little heat to the sticker, and then I will be peeling it off. So if you guys can just check this out. Now when you're doing this with the heat gun, just be a little careful because it will burn your hand a little bit. So it'll start coming off. And if you see some tacky stuff still there, I can show you how to take that off. You can grab some soap and water or something like that, or some like Windex or something. Just let it sit on there for a little bit and just wipe it off. I'm gonna have it upside down so it doesn't, you know, get any particles of any kind on there. And then you just continue the same process with your heat gun. See how easy that comes off? Sticking to my fingers. Alrighty, I finally got off these little labels off of these, and as you can see, as I was talking before, you can still see some stickiness from the stickers that I have taken off. And if you're worried about that and want to take them off, in this Windex bottle I have Fabuloso mixed with some water, and all you want to do is just spray a tiny bit of it on top. Just let it sit there for a little bit, not too long. Just a little bit. Just soak it up a little bit. I have 2 of them done, just so you can see how there's no more stickiness anymore. This one's all set and ready to go, and so is this one. Alright, so then I'm just gonna grab a paper towel, and then all you're gonna do is just rub it in like a circle, and you will get it off. You may want to drag down a little bit to the sides and stuff, but it's alright. It'll come off. Just like that. Another one down. And then you just continue the same process with the rest of them. I mean, if you look at it, you're also like kind of like disinfecting the vessel at the same time. Still has a little bit on there. Gonna add a little bit more on that one. So it's quite of a bit of a process just trying to get these vessels set up for the wicking and the wax mixing with the scent, but it's worth it at the end. Everything looks beautiful. Like I say, you just continue the process with the other ones until you're finished. Now you can do it with soap and water too, but me, I prefer Fabuloso and a mixture of some water. Or you can do Windex too, like I was saying before. Whatever you have and makes it easier. I haven't tried rubbing alcohol on them yet, but I should probably try that. It might be extra easier or faster. Alrighty, Alright, so I'm done taking these labels off. Excuse me, I can't speak. So I'm done taking my labels off and I got the stickiness off of them. So the next step that I want to do is clean the insides of these vessels. Mostly to disinfect and also just get any fuzzes or any like other debris that may be lying in these vessels. So what I'm gonna use is rubbing alcohol, and I'm gonna take a paper towel and I'm gonna just add a tiny bit of it, just a little bit. Don't overdo it, you don't want to make a mess. So just like that, and then go around the inside with it, especially the bottom, just so your wick also ends up sticking well. So you just go through all of them just like that. Clean them all out, get all that debris out of there. You see that? That's also what I'm trying to get out of there. See how dirty that is? You don't want that in there. No, 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 you do not want that in there. You want your candles to be as professional looking as possible, even functioning. Continue the same process throughout all of them. Oh, we got a little more. See that daltiness in there? You want to get rid of all that. And when I'm working in this small room in my house that I have set up for my small business, I'm not doing this alone. I actually have some lazy little helpers. That is Daisy and Mr. Riley. They like to keep me company. Let me set that back up. Alright. Yep, so those are my little companions, Mr. Riley and Miss Daisy. Right, Daisy? Alright, so once you get all your vessels cleaned out, we'll go on to the next step. Alrighty, so the next thing I like to do before I start wicking my vessels is I want to put my warning labels at the bottom of these vessels. Alright, so I'm going to take my cute warning labels. They are pink, glossy, shiny. Alright, so I will be sticking them at the bottom like so. No, I'm not perfect on putting labels on, but I do my best. You can see some bubbles on there. So let's just have that like that. Let's go to the next one. This one came out a little better. Okay, just continue the sticker process through the rest of them. Okay. Now, usually I make my own warning labels and other labels for my candles and my boxes, but I actually saw these cute pink ones, and again, I got them on Amazon. I got like, I think it was like 500 of these stickers for a pretty great price. So that's good. I get a lot of my stuff from Amazon, even eBay, and then some other places too. But I usually go with Amazon. Plus their shipping also is pretty fast, which is another reason I like Amazon. Alright, so I got all my warning labels on there. Get you a closer look. How beautiful they're starting to look. Alright, now that we got our warning labels on, next step is to put our wicks on. Now for these, you really don't need a big sized wick. A small sized wick is just fine. So how many do we have? 3, 6, 9, 12. So we're gonna need 12 of these wicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, let's just set these aside for now, put them away later. Alright, so you got your wicks, and then your wick stickers, and then hold on 1 second. Alright, so the way I put my wicks on to make it easier for me to like center them is I grab a plastic straw and cut it almost halfway. And then I just slide the wick through the straw. Hold on, let's see if this focuses. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this focused. Anyways, you just slide the wick through so it looks like this. Oh my gosh. I'm having a hard time getting this centered. Or focused, should I say. Alright, well, I mean, you get the idea. Just so there's enough of the wick sticking out of the straw. And then you're gonna grab your little sticker. I actually ran out of the smaller ones, so I'll be using these bigger ones. Alright, so what you're gonna do is just grab and then center it as much as possible as you can, and then hold it down for a little bit. And then you go to your next one, and then your next one. So as you guys can guess what kind of baby gender I'm having. A girl, obviously. The pink. We're both happy. This is our first child that we'll be having. And I cannot wait to see her when she's born. I just don't want to go through the pain of giving birth. That's the only part. Everything else I think I can handle. Can't wait to like put on the cute little girly clothes on her. And for those of you that don't know me so well, I instead of aside from doing these candles, I'm also a full-time mechanic. So that being said, can't wait till my baby girl is old enough so I can teach her some wrenching skills, just like her mommy. Alright, so then you just continue doing this process with the rest of them. Alright, now that I'm done wicking these vessels, we'll be moving on to the next step, which is mixing the wax and the fragrance and some color. Not too strong of a color, light, maybe like a light pink color. And the most important thing that I want to tell you guys is you guys should definitely be wearing a mask and have proper ventilation in your area, because after a while those fumes really start getting to you. And I cannot tell you guys how kind of like I wouldn't say sick, but I wouldn't say sick, just like lightheaded kinda, I would say. Sorry, let me just adjust this well. So if you guys could get like a nice mask, so maybe something like this has the filters in it. It's a pretty strong mask. So and even especially because of me, that I'm pregnant, so I don't want those fumes to be inhaled, you know. And this is a type of mask that I would use at work for like when I'm grinding stuff down or stuff like that. But yeah, definitely I would use a mask when using this, when mixing the fragrance oil with the wax. So yeah. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm going to try and speak as loud as I can. If not, I'm going to write down on this video somehow. Alright, so I'm going to be mixing my wax now with my fragrance oil. And the fragrance scent that I will be using is clean cotton. So make it like a, you know, like a baby powder, you know, like newborn baby smell or something like that. But yeah. Alright, so I got my wax melter here with some of my wax already melted. And I have it around almost 250 degrees. I'll show you right now in a second. Hold on. Let's see. So as you can see, 250 degrees. And my wax is in here, melted. Can't really see too well because it's kind of dark in there. But yeah. And then I will be measuring it out in a second. Alright, so I got my pitcher. You're gonna need a thermometer. I got this on Amazon also for nice and cheap. And then you're gonna want a mix. Well, I don't know what this is called, I forgot. But just something to mix it with. You could use this. You could use something like this. Or you can also have a spoon or something that's long enough. Use it as mixing. And alright, so I'm going to pour now. Oh, and you're also going to want a scale. And I got this little mat from the dollar store just to like keep the surfaces from, you know, overheating. So I'm going to turn my scale on, put that mat on, clear it, put my pitcher on there, and then let's try and get this so you guys could see better. And then I'm going to put my pitcher on there, clear it again. I'm going to turn this off because I'm going to have to move this. Disconnect it, and then right now this is what I have to work with until I get something better situated, so I don't have to be moving this around. Right now I'm still in the process of reorganizing this room so I can work from it better, but for now this is what I have to do. So just be extremely careful, because you don't want to burn yourself or spill anything. So you're going to begin with pouring your wax and measuring it out to whatever it is that you are going to be, well, however many candles you're going to be making. And then, one second. Alright, so I got my wax poured into my pitcher, and then I'm going to be measuring out my fragrance oil. Now, this is another neat little thing that I got also from Amazon that you guys could get, and it'll be easier to measure out your fragrance oil rather than having to you know, weigh it out on your scale. So I'm going to be pouring my fragrance oil now, measuring that out. I already know how much pour because of the amount of candles that I'm going to be making. But that's something you guys have to learn and do. It's a lot of math. But once you get the hang of it, it'll come naturally. And then I'm going to use some mica powder. This brand is Rolio. I like working with it, and the color is Fandango Pink. So I'm just going to grab a 1/4 inch teaspoon, and then I'm just gonna grab a little bit of it, not too much because I don't want it to be so dark. I just want it to be like a light pink. So I'm gonna add this to my wax now. And then I'm going to add my fragrance oil. Now, you gotta keep in mind with your flash point, and on whatever the fragrance oil is. So like the flash point for this fragrance oil is 200 degrees. So that's around the temperature that you would want to pour your fragrance oil. And you're gonna want to mix your fragrance oil and your wax and your dye for about 2 minutes, just so it all blends in well together. Alright, so I got my wax and fragrance oil and my color mixed in. So now I'm just going to wait until it's 160 degrees on my thermometer, and that's when I will pour. And also, well, it'll also help me in making my candles come out smooth. And also keep in mind with your room temperature, because that also is a factor with your candles coming out smooth or not. I usually keep my room temperature at around 60 degrees because, like I said, it'll help you in maintaining your candles coming out smooth. And if it doesn't come out smooth, also, you could also hit the top of the candles once they're dry with the heat gun. You know, just hit it a little bit around the top, and then let it cool down again, and they will come out smooth. So right now, I'm just gonna play a little waiting game and mix it occasionally, just to keep the fragrance and the wax, you know, mixed well. But right now, like I said, I'm just gonna wait and let it reach 160 degrees. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so we're almost at 160. So once we get to 160, I will begin to pour. I'm going to start with a few of them because I don't want them all bunched up together and then I make a mess even bigger than I should. So once it hits 160, I'll begin to pour. Alright, so we finally reached 160 degrees. So what you want to do is mix it up a little bit more before you pour, just so you know it's all mixed up well. And like I said, I'm just going to pour a little bit at a time, just so I don't make too much of a mess, like, you know, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, let's get you guys a little closer here. Alright, so I'm gonna start with a few, just for showing purposes. Alright, so the next thing you guys are gonna want to do, hold on, let me get a napkin because I got a little bit of wax on my hand from this, from this mat over here. Alright, so you're gonna want to hold your wicks. So you guys can use a numerous amount of different things. You can use something like this, or maybe some popsicle sticks with the holes in the middle of them. Whatever you want to use that'll hold these wicks in place. You're just gonna want to, you want to get them all as centered as possible. Alright. And then after you get these all set up, you're gonna want them to cool down, and if you want to add any type of top little decor on the top of them, you can. I will show you guys once I get to that step. But from here, it's the waiting game. At least 24 hours until they're cooled down, and then you can add your toppings, and then it's a process of another total of about 2 weeks before you can actually light these candles, or any candles, should I say. Trying to get them centered as possible. Alright, so we'll start with those. Let them cool down. Let them go through their process. And then we'll talk about some more stuff in the next step. Alrighty, so now we have let these candles cure. And now we can move on to the next step. Alright. This is the result. I'm gonna hit them with the heat gun. And then I will be adding the top decor on them, and then we will go from there, and then it'll be another process of waiting for about 2 weeks for them to fully cure. Alright, so for these candles, I am going to be adding some glitter. Just sprinkle the top of them. So I just grabbed some like plastic tweezers. And I just like let it dip on there. And then you just do the same process for all of them. I'm gonna let this one cool down a little bit while I do the other ones. And then I'll show you how it looks at the end. But you see, let me see if I can show you well. Focus. This one is a little bit indented, so it's good to hit it with a heat gun. 2 more. Alright, so I would imagine this one is done. So I'll show you the result. So this is how I will be decorating these baby shower candle favors. And then I'll be adding like a little like string with a little like small plastic pacifier to add to the cuteness. But yep, I'll give you a close-up of all of them. Alrighty, now that I got my decor on my candles and it's all dry, I will now be cutting my candle wicks, and I will be using these. Or you could use a pair of scissors. Alrighty, so as I showed you before, this is so far close to my end result to these candle favors for my baby shower. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do next to get these a little more baby shower looking, I'm going to be adding these little pacifiers to them. So I'm going to grab some of this string and I'm going to cut it into a small section. If I can find my scissors real quick. Alright, so I'm just gonna cut a small piece, probably about this long. And then I'm going to slip the string through the hole. I'm going to tie a knot so it stays in place. Hopefully I got a good enough length. And then I'll just put it around here. And then tie a knot. make it through. These nails are giving me a slight hard time, but I'll get it. I'll get it. Alright, so let's try and get it focused. So that's how I'll be doing these throughout the rest of them. It's cute, simple. Alrighty, so now I'm just gonna go on ahead and get the rest of these done. And then after that, we'll move on to the next step, which would be putting them in their boxes. Alright, so here are my end results. How cute are they? Alrighty, so now it's time for me to put these in some boxes. And then later on I will do the labels for the boxes. So this is what I'll be using, this shred paper. So for those of you that don't know, I make my own shred paper and you guys can find it online on my online shop. So for those of you who have a small business and want to have some shredded paper, you can go on my website, but this is what I'll be using. Alright, and then I got this cute little pink box I'll be putting them in. Get that situated. Alright, let's put some shred paper in here. Put that baby in there, and then I'll put some around here just so it secures it a little bit better. Alright, so just like that. And then I'll be putting the labels on later. So just like that, we have a finished product, well, aside from the label. And that is my whole process for doing these baby shower party favors. Just so you guys have an idea on what you guys can do as a baby shower favor. Thanks for watching, guys.